Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. In this video we have the new patch preview breakdown video. We're gonna go ahead and break it down. Let's go ahead and get into it.
Long time no see, Magister. Welcome to this episode of Patch Preview. This time around, we're shining the spotlight on our highly anticipated crossover event, along with all the exciting content arriving in the final update of the Tower of Memory season. We have a lot to cover, so let's dive right in. AFK Journey and Frieren Beyond Journey's End crossover goes live on May 1st, 2026. Two new heroes, Frieren and Himmel, are coming to Hesperia to embark on a magical adventure with you. Frieren, the legendary mage, fights with a staff and commands a wide range of offensive spells. At Himmel's urging, Frieren joins the hero party and sets out on a journey to defeat the Demon King. Himmel, the legendary hero, wields a sword. He's a powerful damage dealer with incredible mobility. He's always ready to lend a hand, loves a bit of flair, and proudly carries the title of hero. Both heroes will be available in-game once the crossover begins, so stay tuned. On their way to the Demon King's castle, Frieren and Himmel wander into a temporal rift and find themselves in Cedar Town, within the Duchy of Whiteridge of Hesperia, where they meet you and Gerda. Together, you manage to resolve the crisis threatening the town, and before long, a path back to their world appears. And that's not all. This crossover also brings plenty of new events for you to enjoy. Visit the shop run by Frieren and Himmel, and earn event tokens by studying and reproducing the magic of Hesperia. Throughout the event, you'll receive various requests. Complete them to unlock new spell traces and plantable magical seeds. Your homestead will also gain special magic field lots where you can grow magical crops. With Frieren's guidance, you'll begin researching the magic books of Hesperia. Complete daily requests, collect spell traces, and use magic crops to recreate and refine the magic structures within these books. Once the process is complete, you'll unlock new spell recipes. You can then apply the recreated spells on your homestead field to gain a variety of buffs.
So it does seem to be a Homestead collab event. Up until now, the collab events have not involved Homestead. They've just been like their standalone like board game or whatever type of thing. There's going to be a combination of a bit of both, which is interesting. Definitely having your special crops growing in the homestead. Yeah, I think that is good. Now, let's take a look at the rewards here. Now, it does have 43 of these regular chest icons. They haven't mentioned it yet, but they did mention in like the text leading up to this video that you're going to get Mythic plus Himmel for free, like normal, like in the previous collabs. But we are going to get one copy of our Frieren for free, and Frieren is the S level, so it's going to be exactly like previous collabs. You get Himmel to Mythic plus. If he's good enough, if he's meta, then we will be able to get him to Supreme plus with just, a couple of hits on the banner. Frieren though, if we're going to need to build her, we're going to have to build an extra 7 copies of her. We're going to be getting some of these collab invitational letters, as you guys see here, recruitment letters from the event, as well as the frame, some homestead items, and temporal essence. But yeah, it is basically the standard collab pattern.
The unlocked spell recipes can also be used to recreate magic books for sale. Then spend the tokens you earn on amazing rewards in the event store. And of course, a crossover wouldn't be complete without plenty of rewards.
So this is showing you that you are going to get your 1 copy of Frieren, 1 copy of Himmel, and then the other 43 copies of Himmel from those chests are going to get you up to Mythic plus on Himmel. Yeah.
Log in for 7 days during the crossover event, and you can claim Frieren and Himmel for free. And by completing
Frieren for free
crossover events, you'll be able to ascend Himmel to Mythic plus. Plus, you can earn exclusive crossover frames, hero titles, and more. Headgear for both Frieren and Himmel will also be available soon. And there's more. A new skin for...
we get a collab hero skin? They're really pulling out the stops for Frieren and Himmel collab. In the past, you guys correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, we did get there is a Lucy skin, but I don't know if that was free or not. There's a crossover hero skin. I'm hoping that'll be free for everyone.
Frieren is on the way. Stay tuned.
It may not be free. I don't know because it says it's on the way. Stay tuned.
For more details about the crossover, be sure to check the in-game announcements. The adventure begins May 1st, 2026. Join Frieren and Himmel and set off on a new journey across Hesperia. In addition to the 2 crossover heroes, version 164 will also introduce 2 new heroes. First, we have Evie, a Lightbearer envoy known for her exceptional clerical skills. She's disciplined, precise, and efficient.
So she's a Lightbearer support. Interesting. Like, you know, A-level Lightbearer support. We only really have Faye in that category. Well, we have Hugin as well. We have quite a lot. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely potential. Support heroes generally are pretty strong in AFK Journey. I'm excited to see her kit. But we can't really talk about it any more than that because we don't have much more information.
Kind of person who gets straight to the point and gets the job done. She carries herself with the quiet composure you'd expect from a royal envoy. Then there's Nerion, a grave boy.
Yeah, Nerion looks cool. Like, he has such a cool design, but I was also really like a fan of Zoria's design. And in terms of her overall kit, it was kind of a letdown. I know Zoria right now is really kind of dominating, but that is due to the Graveborn Phantom effect, which is probably going to be gone in next season and the future seasons. So Nerion, even though he looks really cool, I'm hoping that he can actually do something cool. He's a Graveborn marksman like Bonnie. Interestingly, and I think Bonnie was actually one of the, or quite a few seasons ago, Bonnie was, I think, the final hero released in a season, and she was pretty strong, and Nerion's going to be the final hero of this season. I'm hoping Nerion is strong, but we're going to get 2 A levels back to back, which is good, because up until now, we've just been having S levels, like a lot of them, so this will be good. But because we're having the collab as well, it's gonna be tough to choose between all of these heroes. Look at the scales on his body as well. Definitely he has that reptilian or amphibian vibe like the Dead Tide heroes in AFK Journey. Yeah, I think he looks really cool, but we're gonna have to wait for his kit.
Born shaped by catastrophe. Nerion isn't a man of many words or empty promises. Everything he knows, he learned through years of hard-fought survival. Most of his past has faded into memory. All that remains is his name and the face of his late wife.
Who is his late wife? The face of his late wife? Is this supposed to be the face of his late? I don't know. I don't understand that.
That remains is his name and the face of his late wife. These 2 heroes will arrive at different times during the update. Evie will be available when version 164 launches, while Nerion will join later in the second half of the patch.
Okay, we have our promo code 164 patch update, 500 diamonds and some gold, which gold is not needed really anymore. And we keep seeing Gwyneth in the background. Like, I would not be able to tell this Gwyneth other than from when we watched that collab trailer yesterday, and that really did show us clearly that it is.
Ravaged Realm is coming soon. This time,
look at him on these bladed wheelchair. It is the craziest sort of design for Ravaged, but he does look menacing, honestly. Huge scythe as well. The cosmetics are probably going to be pretty interesting. Yeah, I mean, are we going to get wheelchair wheels of our own? Like this hoverboard wheels of our own?
You'll be facing off against the corrupted Gervan. Gervan starts the encounter in his crescent state, but don't let your guard down. He draws power from the moonlight, eventually transitioning into his much more lethal full moon state. While protected by the moonlight, he takes much less health loss from non-magical damage.
Oh, here we go. So he is in crescent state and he is normal, but in full moon state he heavily reduces the damage taken from all HP loss other than magical damage. So probably what that means is you're going to want to run magical damage dealers, or you're going to want to run magical HP loss damage dealers, because I don't know, because for example Galahad, she has HP loss damage, but she's a magical damage dealer. So is her HP loss also considered magical damage HP loss, or is it just considered HP loss? That's something that we're going to find out, of course, in actual practice of fighting this boss. But in terms of their description right now of reducing HP loss damage from all sources other than magical damage, it's not exactly clear what is meant by that. Is it going to be only raw magical damage? Like, for example, like a hero like Cassidy has raw magical damage. She has no true damage, no HP loss damage. It's just pure magical. Is that what we're talking about? Or are we talking about, Sylvan? He has magical true damage. Is that counting as magical damage? Or is it true damage? Because, true damage technically is a different category. So we'll have to see about that. But yeah, magical damages are going to be good. Who knows? Maybe Cassidy is even actually going to be meta, yeah.
You'll notice his attack patterns shift depending on his current state. Throughout the fight, he calls down moonlight on your backline units and unleashes lunar rings that sweep across the battlefield. In full moon state, these attacks become much wider and far more dangerous.
Okay, so generally in Ravaged Realm, on your team of 5, because you have a team of 5, which is your first team, and then you have a team of 3 on your second team. Usually what has happened in previous Ravaged Realms is a team of 5 hardly has any survival issues because you're like splitting up the damage, but your team of 3 sometimes does end up wiping towards the end. So yeah, there is potential that if its damage is enough, that is going to make a meaningful difference to your overall score output by killing some of your allies. You may need more healers, you may need more tanks, or things like that, supporters.
When Gervan casts his ultimate, he drops a moon shadow right where your units gather.
And that is going to be crowd control. It looks like a mini siren ultimate, right?
Pulling them toward its center. If he's in his full moon state, he'll follow up with a scythe sweep that deals devastating damage to all enemies in its path. With Gervan's attack patterns constantly shifting, your positioning and timing will be the key to survival.
Yeah, it does look like he may have higher damage output compared to previous Ravaged Realm bosses we've seen, so that will be a factor going into the optimal teams most likely.
Lately, some unsettling stories have been circulating through the Lyceum library. Whispers in the night, rules that don't quite make sense, and a growing sense of unease across the campus. It might sound like typical school rumors, but there appears to be something more unusual at play. We also have a return event on the horizon. By sharing your invitation code or sending an invite, you can invite friends who haven't visited Asperia in a while to come back. Complete event quests together to earn rewards for both you and your returning friends.
Okay, so that is interesting. It is a reunion sort of feature, trying to get people playing AFK Journey regularly again. Yeah, I mean, that is, and also it is at a good time because Frieren collab is the time, if any, there's been any time for people to come back and start playing AFK Journey again. This is probably one of the most attractive times because Frieren is such a popular franchise.
Earn rewards for both you and your returning friends. More events are also on the way, including Crystal Clash and Pearl Tycoon. Don't miss out on the chance to earn even more prizes. In version 1.6.4...
Oh, we have new things. We have Enhanced Force upgrades, Supreme Plus skill upgrades. Lorsan and Cryonaia are getting Enhanced Force upgrades. Yeah, I mean, right now, Cryonaia kind of desperately needs it. The meta has really shifted to all of these invincible heroes, be it Alna, Gunner, providing invincibility, and Cryonaia just cannot get the job done. She cannot kill those enemy targets due to all of this protection. And that is one reason, like, Cryonaia really was dominant in PvP, and now she's just not really used that much anymore. I'm not even running her, and it's due to this fact, right? She's kind of hard countered by some newer heroes which have come out for PvP. So she needs something big in order to actually come back, and I'm looking forward to what is going to be here.
Both Lorsan and Cryonaia are getting an Enhanced Force upgrade. After Lorsan's Enhanced Force upgrade, he can cast Stormbound Chain more frequently. Each time Stormbound Chain transfers damage, it also inflicts max health reduction equal to a portion of that damage. Additionally, whenever Stormbound Chain breaks, the ally dealing the most damage gains Zephyr's Embrace. If that ally already has this effect, its duration will be extended.
So it seems like with Lorsan, they're enhancing the power of his Stormbound chain, which is the key mechanic in his kit. Basically, linking the frontmost and rearmost allies so that they both share damage taken, and so especially if you have hitting the tank really hard with a single target damage like the Lenya here, it's just sharing that damage to the backline target. And if you have AOE damage, both of them basically get hit almost double because they're going to be sharing some of that damage dealt as well. So if he's able to reapply the Stormbound chain more frequently, and if there's like higher what they were saying here, which is that more buff onto the target or your ally which has dealt the most damage. And I mean it's okay, but I honestly don't know if it's enough because Lorsan right now is just not very good. The problem is he's just basically there for damage, and again, he's gonna have exactly the same problem as a hero like Cryonaia or a nuker, which is that if the enemy is invincible, his effect is basically useless. Like if you have a frontline Elna protected target, Lorsan's effect is basically useless because that target is not going to be taking any damage for the first 7 seconds, and Lorsan will probably be dead after that. So yeah, I don't honestly think this is going to change much for Lorsan. It's just really Cryonaia who's kind of on the edge of actually being meta, so I think she has the higher chance.
Will be extended. After Cryonaia's Enhanced Force upgrade, her ice storms can move faster and deal damage more frequently inside the domain of Eternal Winter.
Okay, her ice storms move faster and deal damage more frequently. That is good, because that's going to increase her nuking power once she gets into her ultimate, which is essential, because there were issues right now, like for example, she could lock in a Balran, lock in some hero, which is just not going to be taking enough damage and is going to stall out the whole ultimate duration and not even get popped and not be turned into the frozen ice sculpture, and then Cryonaia is going to be, revenge killed after that. Yeah, so this is good, but it still doesn't solve the fact of Elna protection, right? So let's see if there's anything else.
At the same time, she gains damage reduction. On top of that, when an enemy takes damage inside the domain of Eternal Winter, they also take extra magic damage based on their current health.
Okay, so it's just increasing her damage output. Basically, another damage multiplier is coming in there based on their current health. You're also going to have herself have damage reduction so that she's not going to be as easy to kill or have her shield popped. But you guys you would have noticed one thing is that it doesn't matter how big the Cryonaia shield is, because if there is true damage within this domain, it is going to bypass her shield, it's going to take her down to 1 health, and then her domain is going to end prematurely or end abruptly. And this is the major problem with Cryonaia, and why some people, were really upset who invested into Cryonaia, because you would think, oh, the whole shield has to be depleted before the ultimate is going to end, or before she's going to, but that's not the case, because if they have true damage, it bypasses the shield. Shields are really shields are just like a very they're not anywhere as valuable as health, due to the fact that true damage and even HP loss damage, I believe, just bypasses, cuts right through the shield and pretends like it doesn't exist. And so that is the issue that she has in terms of survivability. Okay, so that's it for those Supreme yeah, I mean, honestly speaking, I do not think it is enough. I mean, like, obviously it will make Cryonaia better. It will make her better into the non-Elna comps, non-Gunner comps, but when you're talking about top tier PvP, they are using those heroes, and if in the future more and more invincibility heroes come out, it is just going to make, these nukers even less effective. However, that being said, you could also run Elna of your own protecting your Cryonaia. Guarantee that you have a couple of rounds of the ultimate and have enough time to work down the enemy. But then the problem is now you have Contest, and Contest is going to shut down your Cryonaia. Like after the first ultimate of Cryonaia, she is going to be punished, and it's possible that Cryonaia is just going to be silenced and expelled before she can get off her second ultimate. So like, there are a lot of heroes which are coming into the PvP meta which are going to make these hypercarry nukers even less effective. You basically have one chance, one ultimate to basically make a game-changing impact on the fight, and if you can't do that because of like Elna protection, or then you are not going to be able to have the round 2 because you're going to be silenced or something. Okay, so we have the new cosmetic items. This is a cosmetic item for wait, what is this?
New cosmetic Night Shroud suit will be available in this version update. When the dark moon rises, only shadows bear witness. Join the Ravaged Realm event and climb the ranks to earn this set.
Okay, so this is the Ravaged rum set, which is very interesting. Like the blade, the sight on the back is very cool, and overall, I like kind of like the shoulder piece thing that he has going on. Now, as for the actual like this face piece, I think it's very awkward. I personally like maybe they will go with some looks, some cosmetic like fits that you have, but like personally I think like like covering your eyes and your even part of your hair, it doesn't seem like it's really gonna go well with a lot of outfits. However, as you guys know, if you know use the photo the fashion setting, you can actually move around these pieces. It doesn't have to be on the face. It could be moved around into some different location, maybe to look cooler. It could even be flipped upside down. Yeah, I think there's definitely a potential here, and it is a cool piece that a lot of people will want, but not to wear it exactly in the default setting, which is just to cover your eyes. I think probably that, I don't know. Anyway, it is an overall cool outfit, and this is a unique piece of face wear.
A new Homestead Decor set, Petal Soiree, is also on the way.
New Homestead Decor set, but where are the new Homestead levels, guys? I am dying for new Homestead levels. I have 120 million wish points. I haven't even been bothering filling out my orders other than doing like the minimum every day to get my diamonds. And that, yeah, I mean, I'm just really been waiting for new Homestead levels, and I feel like they are really long overdue at this point. And yeah, so yeah.
Soft, floral, and dreamlike, it brings a gentle new charm to your home. And, as always, we've prepared a full list of rewards available in version 164.
Okay. So we don't need to see the rewards. We'll just go ahead and see if there's any more information right at the end.
The court mage selection may be over, but it feels like this is only the beginning. Rumor has it the Lightbearer Royal Court has invited a certain distinguished guest to the capital, Savannah. Best not to say too much about that just yet. That's all for today, Magister. See you next time.
Okay, so there's just a brief preview into the next season, the Royal Empire season, which will be season 7. Okay, so overall, I think that there was a decent amount of information here, but what we have to really look out for, and it is going to be important, is how strong these collab heroes are. Because the thing is, if we look at AFK Arena as an example, and the only reason I compare it to that is because it is basically the prequel to AFK Journey. It is by the same developer, like, you know, so I thought, you know, what happens there may happen here as well. So in AFK Arena, the collab heroes, there were many skippable collab heroes. However, there did always come a time where collab heroes became very meta and very important, and then the players who missed out on those heroes are going to suffer in the future. And I think because our 2 collabs we've had so far, the heroes have been passable, honestly. Like maybe just some luxury whale toy like Marcel, which is nice for PvP, but like in terms of actual meta usage and content, you don't need her. And even in PvP, you don't need her. You can use another hyper carry. So because Frieren and Himmel are such a popular IP and a lot of people are hyped about them, I just have a feel, and we haven't had, you know, a really meta collab heroes up until now. I have a feeling there's a chance that these heroes, one or both of them, may be meta. And if you guys know about how heroes work in the collabs, is that heroes do well together. There's synergy, like all of the collabs we've had. There's some sort of synergy, like synergistic effect, bonus skill that the heroes are able to use when both heroes are on the battlefield together. So if Frieren and Himmel both turn out to be meta, they could be even stronger together and be even more important to build up. And so I think definitely you want to make sure you're saving resources for the 2 of them. If there is a chance that they're meta, at least you get both to Supreme Plus, because otherwise that is going to be, you know, you may potentially be left behind if they do turn out to be meta. Apart from all that, the higher spenders, the whales like me, for example, I'm preparing resources. I've been saving most of this season, and like because if both of the heroes are meta, I may need to Paragon both of them, right? So like the higher spenders will want to max out potentially both of them if they are both meta. Then we also have these 2 heroes, Evie and Nerion, coming, and we have no idea what to expect with these. And so, but the good news is, the collab banner is going to be running side by side with Evie and Nerion. So we'll have plenty of time. You don't have to go all in on the heroes like right as soon as the collab begins. You can wait for, Evie, Nerion, how are they actually meta, and then you decide to go all in on the collab. Unless the collab heroes are just right out of the gate super meta, super strong, then you can just go right for them. But it would be safer to wait for Evie and Nerion reveals first, and actually their testing to see should we maybe also invest a bit into them or not. So yeah, a lot of information and decision making will have to happen in this month of May, because we're going to be having basically 4 heroes, which all potentially could have some meta usage, which we need to decide amongst them, because you can't build all of them. And even for the higher spenders, you don't want to have Paragon build up multiple. You will have to pick and choose, right? So anyway, guys, that is gonna be it for this video. Let me know your thoughts about this this preview video in the comment section down below. What are you the most excited for? Is there anything else that you felt I missed? Feel free to point it out. But thank you guys all so much for watching. That's gonna be it for this video. And if you're thinking about making a purchase in AFK Journey, please use my affiliate link for the official Farlight store. This is the best way you can support me and also gain 5% bonus dragon crystals on your purchase. My affiliate link is in the description of this video and a pinned comment. And you can actually bookmark this link in your browser, and whenever you're planning to make a purchase, just return to the bookmark link and make your purchase. It will support me and be greatly appreciated. So thanks for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video, and until then, everyone, peace out for now.